I've got some Star Citizen drama for you today with an article I saw on Eurogamer. Advertising Standards tells Star Citizen dev to make it clear that for sale concept ships don't exist in-game yet after a player complaint. This is actually something that's rubbed me the wrong way a little. Normally I quite enjoy drama for Star Citizen, at least a little bit. I find it interesting, whatever, and I suppose this is interesting in some ways. It's just, this video is going to devolve mostly into a rant, mainly because some of the articles and posts that I've seen going up about this are really saying that Cloud Imperium are in trouble with the advertising standards agencies, and they're not. They're just not. So this started out as a Reddit post that I read around a week ago from the Star Citizen refund group, with the original poster saying, "Fed up of CIG and the constant lies, I've reported their Gatak Rayland ship email as being misleading to consumers to the UK Advertising Standards Authority, ASA, as there is no mention that the ship does not exist and might never exist." The poster goes on to say, a few weeks later, the ASA confirm the CIG email does go against the Advertising Code of Practice and informed CIG, who now have added a disclaimer to all their concept ships for sale via email. Though if you read the disclaimer, you'll see that the wording is still extremely misleading as they claim the ships will be playable. Come on, Chris, stop making promises you can't keep. So what is all this about? What's going on? So it's actually true that in emails about the last chance to grab a ship, so the newsletters, we're selling this new concept ship, Cloud Imperium do not have a explicit disclaimer in all of those newsletters and all of that media saying this is a concept ship and this is what a concept ship is. However, it does always describe the ship as a concept ship and then direct you to the page to buy it from. So the sales pages for those ships very, very overtly clearly say this is not available in game yet, this is a concept ship. And in fact, let's have a look at the Gatak Rayland page. It states very clearly, the Gatak Rayland is being offered for the first time as a limited vehicle concept pledge. This means that the vehicle is in development, but not yet ready to display in your hangar or fly in Star Citizen. It will be available as playable content in a later patch. If you pledge towards a Rayland, you will receive a loaner vehicle for use in Star Citizen until such time as the Rayland is included in game. This loaner vehicle will be currently a playable vehicle of similar approximate size and or function to the Rayland. We offer pledge ships to help fund Star Citizen's development. The funding received from vehicles such as this allows us to include deeper features in the Star Citizen world. These vehicles will be available for in-game credits and or will be otherwise earnable through play in the final universe. They are not required to start or succeed at the game. So this is true of all other concept ships that I've seen, at least in recent memory, and all of the ones that I could track down. So the Scorpius has the same disclaimer, but it says the Scorpius rather than the Gatak Rayland. So what's actually happened then? Well, on all of the media, so newsletters and look at this ship, it's for sale today, bam, any media where a concept ship is on sale, or actually probably any ship that's on sale, they'll fully describe what that means with a disclaimer. Some extra small print has been added to their latest newsletter, so showing this off basically. So basically the same disclaimer that we just mentioned, but this time for the Crusader Ares, the Ion and Inferno, and the A2 Hercules, as well as the Genesis Starliner, which were all mentioned in that newsletter. They went, bam, disclaimer, this is what that means. So what did the Advertising Standards Authority actually do? So the ASA apparently issued an advisory notice to Cloud Imperium to ensure that its ads include detailed material information and any significant limitations. However, from anecdotal searching on the YouTubes, these seem to be commonly given out, these advisory notices, with this one basically saying that there could be potential issues with this type of advertising or not having a full description and disclaimer in certain circumstances. We suggest you make it clear the issue is not significant enough for them to get involved with and investigate. So it would appear that Cloud Imperium have chosen to comply, as it's just an additional disclaimer in small print on some of their emails. Actually, I did see an extremely low-res screenshot of an edited email, supposedly from the ASA to the Reddit original poster, although this doesn't seem to have been included in any of the articles that I actually saw beyond the Reddit. So I'm not sure if it's because they couldn't verify it as being a real piece of evidence, or if it was just pointless anyway because they had all the information they already needed. But basically this says, thank you for contacting the ASA. We've assessed the ad you highlighted, and from the information we have, we think it is likely that to have breached the advertising rules that we administer. We're writing to let you know that we have taken steps to address this. We've explained your concerns to the advertiser and provided guidance to them on the areas that require attention, together with advice on how to ensure their advertising complies with the rules. The reason I think it's kind of annoyed me is because on the concept pages for those ships, they are so obviously described as concepts. Their sales pages have that disclaimer on. It's the same disclaimer on their sales page, so you'd have to go there before you purchased. And it describes them as concepts. Also, looking at that Reddit thread, it does appear that they are just trying to get people to report CIG for the same thing, brigading people to report them to the ASA. To be truly honest, I actually think it's a good idea for them to have a disclaimer on all their marketing material and newsletters too. But I don't see any real tangible improvement personally, because it was on all the sales pages anyway and on the full descriptions of the ships. And really, in those sort of letters, it does refer to them as a concept. I am unsure whether it is a legal requirement to have that disclaimer on all of your advertising stuff. I did have a look, and I did have a look through the UK, and I couldn't find any reference or hard evidence to that being the case though. The Eurogamer article framed Star Citizen as a controversial game that makes lots of money from selling ships that doesn't have release dates. I suppose that's at least technically accurate. I just get annoyed by super vague terms used in articles like this, like every game can potentially be controversial. No game is released until it's released. Sorry if this is a bit ranty. They are genuinely entitled to their opinions, both the people that wrote that Eurogamer article, the people that write that Reddit post, and people that want to report CIG to the ASA because they genuinely believe that they are doing something incorrect. I just don't like people being brigaded to do something saying, this is wrong, go do this. The only thing that people should do is try NordVPN with my links below. Boom! Segue. I even saw at the bottom of the Eurogamer article a small disclaimer saying, sometimes we include links to online retail stores. If you click on one and make a purchase, we may receive a small commission. That's not enough of a disclaimer for me. I saw some pre-orders for games, and no disclaimer for those games mentioning that they might not come out. If it's a pre-order, what if they don't come out? And, I mean, I'm being silly now. Another thing is that the Reddit OP continues to assert that it's extremely misleading, even with these new disclaimers, because there's no guarantee these ships will come out ever in-game, as they haven't been released yet. But it does very much make it clear that they are in development. You don't have guarantees for anything that hasn't happened yet. Star Citizen has completed around 130 ships to date, which is around 75% of the ships that they have revealed that will be flyable. It looks to me like they will be getting the ship in-game in the next few quarters, personally. I suppose one of the things you can argue with sort of ships being released is that they don't have all of their gameplay loops with them. Very much so. It's like, we're still waiting on salvage, we're still waiting on a billion gameplay loops. Maybe not a billion, that is a slight exaggeration. I think I would have been a lot more on board with this if it was handled differently. I do actually think that CIG should and could have some more checks to make sure people are aware that they are buying a concept ship. When you go to buy a concept ship, when you click on purchase, I think it should come up with a pop-up saying, this is a concept ship, and as such, you are purchasing it at the earliest possible stage in-game, and will get a loaner until it's ready. Are you sure you still want to buy? I know that is an extra step, and extra steps when you're purchasing things lead to less sales. But I do think that would be a nice idea. And also stating all these ships are going to be available to buy in-game too. As I said, people are entitled to have their opinions, and I actually think more checks are good to make sure people are 100% aware that they are buying concept ships. Or even when you're just purchasing a ship that is flyable in-game, just saying you don't actually need to purchase this, everything's available in-game, but this does mean that you get the ship immediately, and it helps support the game. However, to me, in this situation, it does look like Cloud Imperium were pretty much compliant already, unless there's some sort of little thing I don't really understand. But looking at the sales pages and stuff, yeah, they looked compliant to me with advertising standards and all that sort of jazz. But yeah, maybe there is some little laws of actually on these marketing materials. You should have a disclaimer fully describing everything in your marketing emails, even if it is fully described on the sales page. So I will have to feign ignorance. I'm in two minds about it, and I think that's fair enough. But what do you think? Did this need to be made clearer? Was it clear enough what a concept ship was when you purchase? Is this largely a nothing burger? Do you think CIG should have a pop-up that comes up on screen when you purchase a ship saying you don't actually need to buy this because you can get it in-game? Or, bam, this is a concept ship, or both? Are CIG in trouble with the ASA? No, they are not. But whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Some people say I shill for NordVPN, but listen to some of these comments that I just made up. I've never felt the love of a woman before, but then I got NordVPN, and that didn't matter. Doctor said I'd never walk again, but then I got NordVPN. Now I've been running marathons. Also, I got robot legs around the same time. They might have helped somewhat too. I was a tone-deaf pirate, but after getting NordVPN, I'm able to play the saxophone. Go on, Zin, try and animate all of this. Click the links below to get NordVPN. It might lead you to a more fulfilling life, but more likely, it will just help protect you from the terrors of the internet. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For September, it's for another Mercury Star Runner. I love that ship. It's a great way to try a huge portion of Star Citizen's gameplay. If you want a chance of winning that, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. If you'd like to further support the channel, be sure to check out that join button underneath my videos. There's also links to my Patreon, which also helps loads as well, direct donations, and just commenting, subscribing, liking, all that sort of jazz goes a huge way to helping the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You take care, and I hope to see you in the verse.